Let me know when we're live again.
We were live as per when you said, let me know when you're live again.
Oh, well then there we go. Um, we are rolling into the evening on Monday that you received the run. You know that he was on his way home, more than likely, based off of where you saw his comm link. Um, what is your plan?
Uh, right now, I think me and Amp are gonna drive over to that stuffer shack to get some things. I'm gonna go inside while Amp hackifies his house and sees what information he can get from it that way.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
There was an awesome and then there was quietness.
yep. Um, you guys are at the Stuffer Shack, and Amp, give me a matrix perception. Computer
Alright.
plus intuition.
Can you hear me?
Definitely can.
Okay, just make sure. Matrix perception.
That is what I asked for. Well, you see a lot of the same things. You know, from the Stuffer Shack a couple blocks away, uh, you know, you see the icon saying that he has the upgraded security from Knight Errant. Uh, you see all of the typical household stuff, and you see the uh, doorbell sensor communication panel thingamajig that I was talking about.
Do I get any like feel for the like firewall or the host rate?
There was no host that you can see.
What about the house's like uh firewalls rating?
Uh, yeah, you can tell the firewall of the house looks like it's slave to like a fancy comlink is what it boils down to. That has a firewall rating of 6. Yes, 6.
Alright, yeah. Amp just cracks his knuckles and he jacks into hot sim. And he's gonna. So I'm trying to get access into the house.
Actually, I lied to you. I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong device. The firewall rating is 8.
Okay, well. Um, but yeah, so I'm going in here trying to get marks on his house to like look around.
Information.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
Like
yeah, I'm gonna try and hit that with a don't want to be clean and dirty.
you want
Or
to
don't want
sleaze
to
it
be.
because we might have you might need to be in there for a little while.
Yeah,
Depends
alright, I'll
upon what
sleaze it.
we
Um, Give me your stats and what programs you're running out on the screen somewhere, please.
dun dun dun. So while I'm inside, while he's typing all that stuff up, so we don't have wonderful dead air. Um, what's it like inside the stuffer shack? Is there the off chance that I actually see him himself in here?
You do not see him in there.
Okay. Um, I imagine it is the nicer quality of products and that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, this is like I said, it's a Suffer Shack Plus.
Ooh.
It's like going into Target and paying the little bit extra not to be shopping at Walmart.
Worth every new yen.
It's the exact same stuff for the most part. It just has a different packaging.
Does it have one of those little kiosks that I can pretend to order a sandwich at for a couple of seconds?
Oh yeah, yeah. They have like the soy dogs on the rollers and cold sandwiches and stuff like that.
So I'll be playing around with those. I got a 6 hits on an etiquette test to make small talk with the people if there's not a line here. If there is a line, I will get into line until I'm almost at the counter and be like, hold on, and then go shop for something else real quick and then come back to get at the end of the line.
It is when people are starting to get home, so they're going to be coming through to grab, something quick to eat or drink while they're getting supper ready. So, or stopping to get fuel, things like that. Pick up a pack of smokes. So yeah, there's a few people here.
Yeah, I'm just looking to buy like Matrix stuff takes essentially no time at all. I'm just trying to buy 4 extra seconds here or
All right,
things
yeah.
like.
Those are my ratings.
Alrighty. Well, throw me a sleaze attack.
And if
Hack on the fly.
and if you're cool with my 2 extra hits of leadership, I will allow you guys to.
It would be very difficult for you to leadership him while you are pretending to be busy.
Well, just like before I exit out of the car, it's like, all right, no pressure, but this is like the most important part of the moment.
Can I jump to the public grid or the local grid first?
You definitely can. Do you have a subscription to the Bellevue grid?
I do not, so I'm gonna have to hack on the fly into that first.
Yes, you will. And I gotta remember what the defense for jumping grids is.
I think it's 4 dice.
Oh, no, there is... Okay, you are able to get on grid. So your noise penalty went down a little bit. I forgot to have you change that, but oh well. Dropping the dice off, you're fine.
I also I now have +2 to my dice because I'm not on the public grid. All right. For all the marbles, I'm gonna actually try and get some info off this guy.
Okay. You were on the same grid as him. Is that a perception check?
That is hack on the fly to get a mark on his house.
Okay, you get a mark on his house.
All right. So what does that open up to me getting that mark?
Well, it lets you see the house at all times, even if it tries to sleaze. And it allows you to try to do various different things if you want to try to edit something. It's not a host, so you can't enter or exit it. You could snoop. You could spoof command. You can crack or crash a program if you see any programs.
Does it have any ice?
You do not see any ice.
Ice is only in hosts, unless this is
okay. I guess I will. So what do we need? We need information on this guy. I'm in his compad essentially, right?
Yes. There's what is effectively a deck that is running his house.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna matrix perception to see just like what's going on in here. See any files I might be interested in.
Okay. Matrix perception. You see an itinerary. You see his basic phone book. You see heating cooling schedules. That way, for energy conservation, to keep his bills down. General everyday stuff.
Yeah. I'm just gonna copy. Wait, hold on. No data bombs.
Give me a matrix perception. Well, with the 4 hits, I'm going to let you check enough places that you're pretty confident that there's not any data bombs.
Alright, yeah, I just grab it all. I'm gonna copy it all into my deck.
Okay. That will require an edit file action.
Yep. And we'll roll that up.
The first question I'm going to have as he does that is, does it have his fridge contents in there? And if there is stuff that is in his fridge contents that I can purchase at this stuffer shack, I will purchase it.
All right, that's my roll.
You are not able to copy that file. It just seems to stick.
I can't get any of the files, or just
The one you just attempted, it's like, you don't have permission to do this.
So it's protected. I'm gonna have to get around that. Shit.
Is it actually encrypted, or?
Yeah, that's actually probably a good point.
Well, it's not encrypted. It doesn't want him to copy it.
Which basically means you give it another go.
The
Yeah, I'm gonna
edit
try to-
file is just a computer plus logic plus intuition, or versus intuition plus firewall, and it is a device, so it defends itself.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna do that again, but I'm gonna use an edge to get 5 more dice.
And
Okay. You're also at -1.
Why?
Try again.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And technically, part of the problem you might have ran into there, which would be super evil of Topher if he did it, was your data processing was stuck at 3, which means of those 5 hits, you only kept 3 of them.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I'm gonna switch those around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch around my my attack for my data processing.
Okay, so your data processing is at 5, your attack is at 3.
In the
And,
situation of pre-spending edge, it's not relevant.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use the edge then. God damn it.
Are you confident with that roll?
I'm gonna re-roll that because it's a crit glitch. That's just a glitch. Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll the.
It's not a
dice.
glitch. You don't
Yes,
have
it is.
permanence.
It's 6 hit. It's 6. You're better off spending the edge to remove the glitch than you are to reroll
Yeah.
because the glitch sticks.
Yeah, I'll get rid of that glitch.
And mechanically speaking, you are not gaining Overwatch for this because this is not an illegal action.
Oh yeah, I guess not. Good.
Wait, don't you have more than 50%?
Yeah, he's got 6 for 11 dice.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting blind.
Sorry, it's that German math. It's not as efficient as American math. You were looking for metric ones, not freedom ones.
Okay, so you spent an edge to get rid of the glitch,
Yeah.
which is probably a good thing for you. But that file just you're thinking that you were trying to do things wrong.
All right. Let's see what else I can do here. I probably I radio in. So which file was this? This was the just the everything, the everyday file kind of deal.
Yeah, this is the itinerary.
Yeah, I'm gonna radio in and just kind of say to everyone, this file's sticking. It's his itinerary. I'm having a little trouble grabbing it. What else? What do you think I should do, guys?
Just grab me right now the like if you can get me the contents of his fridge while I'm here in this stuffer shack so I can pick up anything that
Yeah,
is in there. That would
Yeah, his fridge probably has like an auto detect what's in it kind of deal.
Yes, it does, because that is what everybody has.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna try this one more time to actually grab that file.
Can he just see that file, like the contents of that file, or does he actually have to edit it to
He
I
does
believe it's
not have to.
edit.
Let me look.
Hang on.
To create, change, copy, delete, or protect a file.
because I really just want to read it so that I have
Yeah.
products that match the products in his fridge that are purchased from the same place that he likely purchased it.
I think that because it's not encrypted, it is able to be seen. Since he has a mark on the deck that controls the house, he can see what's inside.
So I'm able just to see it and take the information from it.
You were able to see it. You won't be able to copy it. You'll just have to remember stuff that's in it.
All right, yeah, I'll just like tell everyone like what's in it, and then just next.
All right.
Can I see the itinerary?
Yes, you can see the itinerary.
Yeah, cause I'm gonna do the same thing. Just kind of tell everyone whatever's in it.
Okay.
And just
Tonight it looks like he is heading to the theater. There's a Monday evening showing of Beauty and the Beast. It is going to be fantastic according to all the reviews. Tomorrow there's nothing on his itinerary that you can see. More than likely he'll just be coming home. And then Wednesday he will be at the gates after work.
everyone, someone should write this down, so you remember. All right. And is there anything else of interest in here? Any kind of like, any pay data, anything like that?
This looks to be more just, the home calendar on the wall type thing, and make sure all of the stuff around the house is organized and doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Does he have like a medicine cabinet that I can see what's in his medicine cabinet?
There is a medicine cabinet. That one is encrypted.
I'm gonna try to edit my way through that thing.
Encryption requires an attack action to break. We don't need to do that crazy stuff right now.
Oh, okay. I could sleaze my way through it, or does it need like a?
The crack file action is a attack
yeah,
action.
I know. My thing wasn't open in the background.
No, it's fine.
Quick check. Where was he Tuesday? Or what is his Tuesday plan?
The theater.
No, Monday was theater. Tuesday is absolutely nothing on this itinerary.
Oh, that's why I couldn't remember anything for it.
Because there wasn't anything to remember.
Alright, so I have his itinerary up with my other stuff now.
Now, it alerts the people that I broke through their stuff if I do an attack action, but sleaze, it doesn't alert them if I succeed, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay, I guess I won't do
But if
anything.
you fail, it does let them know because it puts a mark on you.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything else. I could just shut down his entire house and format his device.
No, we don't need to do that right now.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna
That
do that
seems like it would create more problems than it would solve.
though. Set a data bomb. No, okay, I'm just gonna jack out.
Don't check out yet. We have plenty of time.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, what's up?
The only legal action you've taken is putting a mark on the deck, which is, minimal for that one action, and it will
Yeah.
slowly build. But yeah.
Question: did I find anything of interest on his fridge list?
Basic groceries, milk, mayonnaise, mustard, ranch,
Is there
Deli
anything
meat.
of alcoholic qualities on there?
Nothing in the fridge, no.
Does the auto fridge tell me he is low on anything?
He's about halfway through his half gallon of milk. He probably will have to pick up lunch meat by the end of the week. His juice is very, very expired. Looks like he hasn't been drinking his juice like he should be. But nothing really. I mean, it's the beginning of the week, so chances are he just got done shopping over the weekend.
Sure. Does the auto fridge have any details about things that had been in there previously, or is it just what's currently occupying it?
It just tracks what is currently in there.
Okay. So I got 6 hits on a social hierarchy roll. Is this the kind of guy that drinks? From the various personal life information I am getting out of his house.
Yes, it is more than likely that he does drink, but nothing that he's going to keep refrigerated.
And if I remember, that's red wines, not white?
That would be red wines, scotches, whiskeys, rums. I mean, most of your liqueurs are not refrigerated.
Okay. Is there a wines that are for sale in a stuffer shack?
Yeah, most of these are on the lower end.
So I will grab one of the nicer of the lower end bottles and ask the word fail. Cashier, clerk.
Okay.
There we go. If they know anything about it, is it any good? Is it a top seller? That kind of thing.
You said you grabbed one off the top shelf?
Yeah, one of the nicer bottles.
Oh, they're like, yeah. We sell probably 3 or 4 of those a week.
Oh, does she mean the
Which-
bottles or the?
Yeah, of the bottles, which for wine in a corner stuffer shack is probably pretty good. Most people, when they want to buy wine, they go to a liquor store.
Right. Is there a liquor store in the nearby area?
Give me a matrix search or local area information.
I'll just pick up this bottle of wine and then worry about that as the things because I don't want to sit here in the middle of the stuffer shack and Google.
Hey, Amp, can you give me a willpower plus firewall?
Oh boy.
No pressure. I hope you got some edge, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend an edge to re-roll all the fails.
Okay, roll me 7 dice. Okay.
Anything happen?
Nope.
Okay. At this point, on our DNI cable, I just say to everyone, hey, can I jack out anything you guys want from before I leave?
You already grabbed everything that wasn't encrypted or otherwise protected?
I believe so.
Yeah, basically. I guess at this point I take one last look around. I give a good old triple middle finger to everything in the room, and I jack out.
Okay. That should include a list of slaved icons or nodes or whatever, right?
He has to reboot
Yeah.
for that.
Hmm?
His marks on him stay until he reboots.
Yeah, I reboot after I get out because I do not want.
To get fried by God.
You don't want your Overwatch score to build?
No, I don't. In fact, I'm gonna switch out programming as well. I'm gonna switch out my exploit to. I'll get back to you on that actually.
Okay. So,
Also, if you wanted to pick up the noise reduction program, that thing's availability 0, so you might even be
I
able to
just buy
pick it
that.
up off
Yeah.
pretty much anything, like off the shelf.
Yeah, I guess I'll buy that. Internet shopping time.
there's one thing I think I forgot to have you do. Could you give me a perception check after you are out of his device but back on the local grid?
Real perception check or matrix?
Matrix.
Boom. See anything?
Give me a sec. I'm rolling GM
Oh.
dice.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry about that.
You do. You see a out of the corner of your digital eye, you almost missed it, but there's a host running silently nearby.
Oh, what's it for?
I don't know. What is it for?
Can I walk up to it and enter it, or at least give me a perception check to see what it is?
Okay. With 5 hits, one of them spent to find this sneaky little bastard. You have 4 questions to ask.
All right, yeah. So, I guess give me its firewall. Or they don't have firewall. Host rating.
I can't give you host rating. I give you ASDF.
Okay, yeah. Give me firewall, I guess. And what else do I want? I guess I'll have
Firewall 6.
firewall 6. Yeah, I'll have it's attack and yeah, who's it run by or like? Can I ask that?
I don't think you can ask who it's ran by.
Oh, hold on, I have a
But
list of things.
the icon looks like a golden mask.
Okay. Can I snap some matrix photos of this thing?
Oh yeah.
Alright, yeah, I take a picture of the golden mask. What was the? Oh, it's an icon. Never mind.
Did everybody just get
what-
quiet?
What grid is it on?
It is on the local Bellevue grid.
And I think I have one more question.
Yes, you have one more question. You have attack 4, firewall 6, and one more question.
Can I get its com code?
Hosts don't have a com code.
Alright, I figured. I guess give me its sleaze. Or no, data processing.
There you go.
Alright.
And that is a picture of what the icon looks like roughly.
Ah, shit.
I have no idea what that is.
I have a system.
Yeah, that looks like some Aztec shit.
Oh.
I jack out. I don't want anything to do with that shit.
I don't want it.
Well, it could very easily just be the Stuffer Shack's host. What, Stuffer Shack's owned by Hess Technology? It's fine.
Yeah, I jack out and I'm shaking from seeing that thing, and I'm looking around and I probably like go into the store and find Rose and just be like, I saw
Oh,
some
hi,
shit in
honey.
there.
No, it's fine. I sent you a message. I'm just out. I'm going to pay right now.
Yeah, all right. I'm like, all right, you better come quick. Some shit went down in there. You want to see this?
So she's gonna try and assist you getting your shit back together.
Yeah, you need to roll an etiquette check.
Me?
Yes. And
Oh.
you get to use those leadership dice to keep you from making a complete ass out of yourself.
I get 6 dice from that, and my etiquette's awful.
Yeah, you get 7 dice total.
I believe in you, bro.
Rose is holding your hand through this, so let's not screw it up.
Holy crap!
Oh!
Oh my god!
Well, you only got 7 dice, but if you drop the last one, you still get 5 hits. So
Oh,
you're good.
I have 1 charisma. Or I get 1 dice from that.
Yeah. You have 2 charisma, but when you default on something, you go to attribute -1.
Oh, I thought you were saying I have plus 7 dice. Yeah, okay. I still get 5 successes though.
Right. Alright, so you quickly realize this is not the place to be discussing bad shit going down, and
It's fine. Work is gonna be. It's Monday. I know you're just tense about a new job, but it's gonna be all right. Look, I got some wine here that the nice lady at the counter says it's very good. We're gonna celebrate, and everything's gonna be okay.
19?
Yeah. Most places 18 is okay to drink. Remember, magic, goblins,
Oh,
dragons.
yeah.
so, like I said, you're managed to calm yourself down and realize, let's not talk about bad shit happening in the middle of a stuffer shack when there's other people getting off work, and you're like, okay, yes, and you step back outside to the car. All right. Like I said, this all happened in a relatively short period of time. So we're talking 4:30, maybe 5 o'clock. You know that he's going to the theater about 6, because the showing starts at 6:30. So he's probably just going to go home, grab something quick to eat, change into something a little bit more comfortable, and be on his way.
Sure. In the process of leaving this area, I want to drive by his house so I can get a quick look and see what kind of car he drives.
Okay. When you drive by his house, there is not a vehicle there.
That's fine. Is it meet up with his itinerary of not being home at this time, or is he supposed to be home?
He should be home now.
Okay. Just do a quick thing.
There is no vehicular icon.
Is there an icon for a taxi cab in the immediate area? Like
there is
immediate matrix searchable area.
There's a Johnny Cab, yeah.
Okay.
Because, well, it's Bellevue, and more than likely there's going to be a Johnny Cab.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure that it makes sense that he seems to take the cab.
Yep, that's what it's looking like.
Throw that down here as some notes. Takes.
Give me a visual perception as you drive by.
Do you want a different one after my car roll, or do you want a specific one?
Well, just as you drive by, I guess you rolled question mark car. I'm guessing that was your visual perception.
That was a visual perception test when I wanted to drive by and see if I noticed a car. But if you want something for something else, that's...
With 5 hits, you notice there's not a car, but the lights are on.
Okay.
I'll give you that with 5 hits.
No, that's fine. It just tells me that somebody's home and that kind of stuff.
Are you sharing this information?
Yeah. She doesn't have cyber eyes or anything like that to share visualizations of it.
You don't have like contacts or something?
No. ImageLink is a projector, not a recorder.
Oh.
It's only to transmit. You need a device actually recording, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Which is why cyber eyes are fantastic, because they come with a built-in camera.
Damn.
Yep.
Alrighty. You know he's at home.
Yep, no, that's fine.
And do my 6 hits on Sprawl.
You cut out
6
there.
hits on
Tell me
what?
that he has a Sprawl Live. Sprawl Live.
Okay.
Okay. What does Sprawl Life? What do you want to find out with Sprawl Life?
And he has no like he's driven, so does he have a driver or something?
More than likely he is using Johnny Cab.
Okay.
He probably does not make enough as a low mid-level management to have a driver. He's probably spending the vast majority of his paycheck on the mortgage for this place.
Because you gotta look good. Alright, so from here, I think we're all gonna meet back up, probably at our safe house. I will dispense the various goods that I have gotten just incidentally from the stuffer shack for people to have snacks of. Not the wine, though. That is for something else.
And you guys drove directly in front of his house, correct?
You said the stuffer shack was like 2 blocks away, so I imagine
Right.
it's pretty easy to just. I'm coming out of a four-way intersection, turning down the direction that happens to be his house, and just driving by.
Fantastic. Just wanted to make sure.
Now you make me all paranoid for saying stuff like that.
Of course, that's my job.
That's fine. I got things I can do. I've got an extra vehicle.
Oh yeah.
So here's my plan, guys. We have the wine. If this is a wine that he drinks in there, we also know that he is pretty low on milk.
That bastard.
Yes. However, that also means that that's something that he probably drinks more often, and if we can drug the milk, we can have things happen that way. However, that will be a little bit more difficult as opposed to drugging wine. The show that's tonight, is it kind of an open thing, or is it you kind of need to know somebody to get a ticket in?
Anybody can go. You just have to buy tickets, and well, it's Bellevue tickets. They're not cheap. You'll have to find out whether they're sold out.
I could try and acquire Mark so we could go there in the Matrix.
I don't think we need to do all that kind of crazy right now.
Alright, I figured.
So I'm gonna roll a quick. Looking for that chloral hydrate stuff is only 6R.
Don't you have Gwet? Can she give you that?
I don't know. I figured she knows a guy anyway.
You wrote the text.
Yeah. You know how many things I have done?
Gee,
So who acquired you the drugs that you just asked for?
We can go with the little gangers.
Gwet can give it without rolling, and give you even a prescription.
I don't think you're gonna get a prescription for a knockout drug.
You can.
Well, if it's a sleeping drug base, like it would be the sleeping drug version of it.
Chlorohydrate is a very common
It's a light.
sleeping aid, so you can get it in like pills or whatever.
I thought
Yeah.
it gave you brain damage.
Oh no, right. Never mind. I was thinking the low chlorohydrate, which is chloroform.
Does this rag smell like chloroform to you?
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and get some of that stuff. Does this wine bottle have a wax top?
Oh no, this wine bottle has a screw-off top.
Man, what kind of uncultured bullshit is this? Does it at least have a
You got
cork?
Cork-ish lining on the inside of the cap.
Blech.
You got wine at a stuffer shack.
Cork is ruining the flavor, Rob. You don't use cork anymore.
Did you ever watch the Sherlock Holmes movie?
The
Several of them?
movie?
Yeah, the one with Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was looking to perform the Irene Adler maneuver, where she gets the bottle of wine, she takes a lighter to the wax on top. She takes a syringe, fills it with drug, puts it through the cork into the wine, and then uses a lighter to melt the wax over the top of it so that it looks like it was not messed with.
Well, you're not gonna pull that off with this particular bottle of wine because
No,
yeah.
Might just get drunk with this bottle of wine then. So yeah, if he's going out there, I don't know if we want to.
Okay, so if we're at our safe house.
Yeah, we're back with the dwarven safe house area.
So at this point, I hold up my compad, or not my compad, my deck, and I have the picture of the mask up on it, and I say, so I saw a host running silent. had this as its symbol, and I slide the combat into a table, and I just say, I don't know what that's from, but that looks kind of, Aztec to me.
I know I rolled a bunch of knowledge skills based upon that, assuming that it would be shown later, and I know Amazon and Wretch also did. I got 3 hits on organized crime, security procedures, 4 if it's a rent a cop. Wretch got 3 on an underworld, and Amazon got a 4 on a gang connections.
The closest any of you are getting is Oro is, very common for using golden mask symbology. But it's not one of their specifics that is well known, but it is along their theme.
Sure.
I'm gonna switch out my. I'm gonna have browse as my new thing. That should cut my search times in half, so I can actually do a extended search fairly quickly. And I'm gonna roll to see. Alright, that's 4 successes. Do I within like 60 seconds or whatever for what that is?
You're doing a search on that mask.
Yeah.
You're getting that it probably is owned by either As Technology or Oro or one of their many subsidiaries, which makes sense because As Technology is everywhere.
Alright, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hit that again. So it's gonna be going into. Well, what would it normally be, an hour?
Yeah. So it'll take half an hour.
Yeah. Alright. Anything else with 11?
You're actually at -1 die, so you got 4 hits on that one.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Okay, so with that, you're almost guaranteed that is going to be an As Technology or subsidiary host.
Do I know what they'd be doing there?
Again, they have stuff everywhere, and based on the fact that it is a small host, there is the possibility that it was a backup host or background host, supporting, all the stuffer shacks and, various stuff that they do in Bellevue, because they are very integrated into culture of the area.
Who owns Stuffer Shack?
Aztec.
As technology.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I didn't know that. Alright, yeah, at this point I probably jack out.
Yeah, the subsidiary is named Red Herring Inc. Hey!
So when we're out of the, this probably would have happened before we got back to the safe house, and when we're in the car, Rose will pull over and at a, we'll call it not necessarily like back in Redmond, not exactly a good area, and she's gonna return very calmly to him. It's like, look, this is your first thing, but running into a place that's against the plan and kind of running off at the mouth is not a. It's a good way to get shot. Let me just be pretty blunt there. Not necessarily by the law enforcement. Sometimes there's people out there that do this kind of work that are not nearly as nice as I am, and putting missions at risk can lead to putting yourself at risk.
Like the glossy visor, or the like one-way visor of my helmet just kind of slides down.
Oh, don't worry, I won't tell all the rest of them that you almost jeopardized everything.
Hey, Amp, would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
And roll me 5 dice.
You want me to roll accidental intimidation dice?
No.
Okay.
I just wanted to see whether something happened. But he's good.
Uh-oh. I don't
I did not piss myself.
No, it's fine.
All right. So you guys are all gathering back together. This is about 6. You know that he's going to be leaving. What is your plan?
So I don't know about you guys, but I'm not comfortable doing things tonight. I don't trust that we have either enough information, and I want to be sure that we have time to gather any equipment or stuff that we wish to beforehand. Is anybody else in disagreement?
Not at all.
Well, maybe tomorrow night would be better for this, but we could just have someone sneak into his house, you know, when he's away.
Our best bet for that would probably be either tonight or Wednesday, because we know he's out.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Wednesday night. That still gives us 4 days should the worst happen, and we have to audible our plan in some fashion. It gives us time to pick up things. I am thinking, and she will look to Amp, that Amp and I will prepare to keep eyes on the outside. Do the hacking things. I believe Amazon had some medical knowledges, or was I mistaken in that?
Not really, no.
I have a little bit of training, first aid, and I have a med kit.
Well, good news. The med kit is not something we're going to need for this.
You hope.
Well, no, I meant for using the med kit for killing him. That seems completely contradictory to their intended use.
Well, you can hack a medkit to do things wrong.
Mine is it's only rating 3.
No, that's fine. I need to call some people because I need to get some work done on my car because I have an idea for how we can be a little bit more nonchalant about being in the area for a moderate to extended period of time.
Okay. So are we wrapping it up for today and moving on to tomorrow?
Are we all staying at the safe house?
Probably not.
No.
I'm not intending to.
Yeah, I'm going home. I think I have to take care of my sister.
Not sleeping in Redmond.
I'm going to make a couple
I mean,
gear
yeah.
availability rolls.
All right. What are we trying to acquire?
Verse 8, morphing license plate.
I happen to already have a morph plate and spoof chip,
I'm going to
but
need
I
them
figure
eventually
I can-
anyway for my
yeah.
car.
I'm just saying I can only go through their neighborhood so many times before they're gonna notice the same car is transmitting different shit each time.
Right? So if you could roll me 8 and 8. Awesome.
Okay, you get the plate, but the chips. Nah.
They're only
Double
500
time.
new yen, so as we have 2 days before I want this anyway.
Okay.
Just check again tomorrow.
Well, no, it's double time, so it's
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Right.
And since they're only 8, they're only 500 new yen. They're cheap, which means they'll be here quickly, even at double time.
Wait, what are you trying to get? You're trying to get
an
chips?
emergency dash light bar.
Are we talking KE style or are we talking Dock Wagon style?
KE style. You have not yet defeated me, sir. Hold up.
That's his dice.
That is 3 more.
Yeah. That was my negotiations.
Oh, you're gonna go through contacts now?
Yeah.
Oh, and Big Bob, I think, actually has these on special.
He is Big Bob.
Let me check him to see whether he has them.
I think he knows a guy.
I think he can get me them at like plus 10%, I think is the thing.
Yeah, you can get a light bar at plus 10%, just for it.
Yeah. Let me go down the list. Let's save that money, right?
So
Nope. Apparently my Lone Star
I'm gonna
contact
go
is...
to the bathroom real quick, guys.
Sure.
go for it. All right. Draben is going to laugh at you.
Didn't know if maybe he wanted to make people look bad.
He can get you with at least 100. Book price plus 10.
My stupid car's getting really
Who-
expensive. Top Shop's just first normal.
Yeah, I don't recognize the name. Is he one of yours?
Top Shop's a hub contact. She's just items acquisition. She's a thief.
Isn't she like impulse or character
Mhm.
or something?
Oh, okay. The Catwoman.
Well, she's not actually a Catwoman, but
Well, she likes cats.
yes.
I think that makes her a cat lady, not a cat woman.
You know what I mean.
The importance could someday save your... The difference could someday save your life, rather.
All right, so Top Shop is trying to acquire this for you.
Yep. But I'll probably end up just having to go through Big Bob. Yep, I'll get it through Big Bob.
Okay, so Big Bob plus 10% of whatever the price is.
So there are two light bars in here. There's the dash light bar and there is an emergency light bar. Which I don't... They don't really have a good description. Which one is the KE style?
I'm going to go with the dash style, because they want to keep the profile of their card to look like it's a normal card.
Excellent. So...
I'm going to say the emergency light bar is
ambulances
like
and stuff.
Yeah, ambulances and fire trucks and big whirly lights.
Gotcha. I don't really want to buy this, but I'll try.
What are you trying?
Verse 12 for chameleon coding.
Ooh, that's gonna be expensive, you know that, right?
It's 9,000 Nuyen.
Well, they actually happen to have some of that.
Excellent.
Bob, are you doing this through Bob? Because
No, this is just through me and me knowing people. The various.
Okay, well, when you go in to pick up the light bar, you mentioned that you're gonna be looking for some chameleon coding, and Bob's like, "Hey, I actually know a guy," and he points you in the right direction, and lo and behold, the guy does have some.
Awesome. I will spend that, which insufficient cash. The fuck are you talking about?
Okay. I'm not sure on the prices on those, so would you...
Chameleon coding is 9,000. Let me double check the which I might actually make me not go for that. Delivery
And
time.
how much is light bar?
Light bar is 38.50 after the 10% increase. So that would
Are
take
you
2
putting
days.
that as a run expense or personal?
I'm putting it as a personal expense because I intend to keep my car unless something goes horribly wrong and I must destroy my car, at which point I will ask for donations to accommodate the thing. Because my plan is right now to make my Honda Artemis, which is the same body style as your Knight Errant cruisers,
Yes,
make
it
my
does.
car look like a Knight Errant cruiser so that we can be patrolling the area for their own safety.
That is fantastic, because they love Knight Errant.
Yes. So, let me ask you this: rather than the chameleon coating, what would just a fresh paint job be to? Do they have their stuff all logoed and emblazoned on the outside of it, or?
The patrol cars do, because they are friendly to the people, and they need to let everybody know they're here.
So, in the area of the criminal underworld, could I get, let's say, it painted like a base black with the decaling there, but with like some kind of crazy peel away like black saran wrap over top of it so that I could get in a place and peel that off to go from being black car into being knight errant patrol car.
Give me a roll for somebody who you think is relevant to acquire you such a thing.
That would be Mr. Big Bob.
Okay, roll me Big Bob.
Wait, Rob, you have
I don't have Danielle Croker, but I could pick her up. I have
Danielle
Carmen.
Croker?
I could pick her up if Topher says that that is a more appropriate thing. I can go get her. My goal is to eventually just have all of the hub contacts. In case you guys hadn't noticed, I do a lot of things with contacts on Rose.
Okay, he hums around. He's like, you're asking for me to help you fake a police car? Okay, I know a guy, and he's like,
Or even if the other way, if it was just like a black car with decals I can put up, so I'm not driving around 2 days in a fake knight errant cruiser.
he points you to a guy who it's like, well, yeah, I can paint it up like KE, and I'm gonna be going to the bathroom here in a bit, but we have magnetic decals for the undercover police. You know, when they need to make their cars legit, they're over there, and it would be a damn shame if one of them went missing.
As a small tink is heard as a cred stick is dropped on the ground, and she subtly kicks it underneath the counter to the man.
All told, you're talking 1,500 new yen, because the paint job's not much, but one of those magnetic decals walking is not good for business.
Yeah. So car will be black with some KE decals that I can put up over top of it.
Yeah, quick magnetic ones. That if you leave them on too long will probably scratch the paint, but if you're only using them for short periods of time, we'll be fine.
Sure. And that one I will throw up as a run expense because I intend on throwing those stickers out after this job.
Sounds good to me.
So we have our fake KE cruiser that we can do. That'll allow me and Amp to get around the neighborhood pretty much undisturbed. And if we need, we can be a quick like if things go bad for you guys who need to get out of there quickly, we can make a show of arresting you and tossing you in the car and get out of there. You guys can.
I find this at least 5 times as appealing as being arrested by actual knight errant. Maybe even 6 times.
Tomorrow I want to spend some time getting us some maybe just like armor jackets or whatever a suit that looks like a KE suit is going to look like, so that we can look the part. Because I imagine they don't drive around with tinted windows all the time, because that would be not showing the brave face of knight errant.
Exactly. The back windows are tinted because they want to, keep the scum out of sight.
Because they're scum.
Right. But the windshield and, the front 2 windows, nope, clear as crystal.
While we're at that, any
Mhm.
chance you feel like hooking me up with a set of full body armor and a helmet? I can pay, of course, out of my advanced share.
Let me see if I know a guy.
That's like robot armor, right? You're like in a mech suit.
No, you're thinking of hardened mil spec, which is the really hardcore stuff. This is just the whole body armor.
Like SWAT gear, kind of?
Yeah,
Are you looking with or without chem seal?
without chem seal for now. In theory, you should be able to get one installed later by altering the chassis of the one you have, I think.
Chem seal has to be built into the because there are things like chemical protection and stuff that take up capacity. Chem seal straight raises the availability of the item, so it has to be in there at the same time as you purchase the item. Because chem seal is OP.
Huh.
Yeah, so do you want chem seal or no?
Let's hold that off until after the run.
And you're talking about the 15 armor, 14 availability thing.
Yeah, the one
Do-
from the core book.
And do you want her to find you a person with it, or are you changing your mind on that?
Let's put off, because the chem seal costs like twice as much as the base armor.
Base armor is $2,000. Chem seal is
Requires the helmet, so that's another 500, and then the chem seal is
6,000.
3,000.
Chem seal is
Oh,
6.
I guess it's not quite as expensive.
No, but it adds +6 to the availability, which is the pain in the ass part.
Oh, I see. No, that's the okay. So there are two versions of the chemical seal, apparently.
There's chemical seal and chemical protection.
Well, because they have another chemical seal built listed on the next page from it. That's its own separate availability and cost capacity.
What's
Or
the
you can
page
get it
number?
built into. That's on 438.
I was looking in Hero Lab as opposed to.
So you can get one
Oh,
built
yeah,
in after
co-op.
for capacity, or you can
Yeah,
get
that's
the
not
high
super cheap.
availability one built into the chassis without costing capacity.
Yeah, wow, that is odd.
But she knows some people that if for the run, I am allowed to help you try and find. But if for after the run, for future runs, I'm unfortunately unable to.
Yeah, if it is for this run, you can help each other. If it is after the run for post-run buying, you cannot assist each other. Otherwise, it comes into player markets and stuff like that.
Let's make it for this then. I can convert the GMP I got.
Okay, are we going for Chem Seal then?
Yep.
Okay, so that makes it 28, correct?
I think
Yep.
just 20. Yeah, it makes it 20.
Yep.
Well, you can get it. It'll just take a while, so not viable for this run.
Up to 10,000 is 2 days, so it would take 4 days for me to find it. I can check one of my contacts if that's cool.
I would like that.
If you want to check a contact, you can do that.
Sure.
Who you checking with?
I have a black market arms guy by the name of Clip. And Top Shop does item acquisition.
Everybody's telling you it's gonna be Friday. Does Top Shop do that?
She's in items acquisitions, so that's kind of up to you.
She can. Yeah,
I could spend a giant pile of money to get it quicker, but I'm pretty sure that he doesn't want to do that.
she can also. Like, maybe double the price or even more.
What about the Russians? Did the Russians come through?
Hey, the Russians come through.
All right, so I'm going to make a small introduction of Vadim to Amazon as a good friend of mine and somebody that I would that should get to know you. Prior to said meeting, I will be like, all right, don't call him Belgium. Or, I'm sorry, don't call him Russian. He's Belgish, Belgium, whatever that is.
Bulgarian?
There it is. Thank you. I'm an ignorant American. I claim that wholeheartedly, and I will give you like some vodka to offer him. And be like, here you go.
Gotcha.
Smack him on the
When,
ass.
when you show up, there is this big, burly Bulgarian. Looks like he can snap you in half without, making much effort, and he is wearing a bright, neon orange colored tracksuit.
You would have also gotten the don't talk about the color of the tracksuit.
It is only by the forewarning that I resisted commenting that the color of his tracksuit makes me think he's Russian. So thank you for those advance alerts.
Comrade, are you friend of Rose?
Comrade, yes, this is Amazon. Big, strong. I hear you.
Amazon does the slightly attempt at a smile that doesn't quite work because of the scarring, but she doesn't have her face paint on, so it's apparent why that happens.
I like to think that Rose and Vadim do the Kevin Sorbo handshake, because that's the kind of guy he strikes me as.
Works for me. He looks Amazon up and down a couple times. Strong woman. How can I help you?
Well, my new friend, I was hoping to acquire some strong armor, and I'm told that you have the connections to make this happen. Not just any armor, but a full body armor with a helmet and a chemical seal.
Oh, planning on messing with gas, eh?
Well, I
Maybe.
wouldn't say planning, but it might happen.
I know how this works. You want chem seal, you run around with pepper punch grenade, and then everybody but you is crying.
Amazon laughs because that is literally exactly how it works. You've got it, Vadim.
Let me see if I can help you. And he turns around and goes into the back, and it takes a little bit, and you hear random noises that you're not sure come from a storage closet, things dropping and banging, and then he comes back and he slides a metal briefcase across. It's big briefcase, and he's like, "That should do what you need."
You are too kind, my new friend. She hands him the cred stick with the, in theory, pre-negotiated payment, and the bottle of vodka that was recommended by Rose.
He slots the cred stick before letting go of the handle of the briefcase. When it clears, he's like, "Good, good." And then he sees the bottle of vodka sitting there, and he lets go of the briefcase and grabs the bottle. He's like, "We are good friends now."
I am glad to hear that, Vadim. I may have to see about getting to know you better in the future.
I look forward to seeing you too, and more of your Nuyen. He
That sounds like exactly the sort of arrangement I would enjoy.
he twists the top off the bottle of vodka and starts drinking it like water. Have a good day.
And then off we go.
Yep.
Alright.
Is anybody else looking to get any kind of specific gear? Because this does take us like 2 days for me to get the modifications for the car, the armor to be found.
I
Are
want
you
to
going
roll
to-
for something myself.
Go for it.
Yeah, first I want to get a lodge, or lodge materials.
Okay. What force lodge?
Talismonger.
What force of the lodge are you looking to get?
And let me look. Hang on. I assume higher is better, of course, but it's also limited by money.
500 per rating.
I know, I have it open. Let's go with Force 5 right now. So, availability 10.
Yep. Roll your Talismonger's check.
What specialty apply the +2 dice?
Talismongers, I do believe, get it for magical goods.
Do I get my edge back?
Do you have insomnia?
I do not.
You will get one edge back.
Just one? I thought you refilled at the end of the day.
Do what?
No, it's
You don't.
it is one per day.
Okay.
1 edge per day that you get a full night's rest and a full meal.
Yep. I also have an addiction. I don't know what we should do about that. I have to roll for that or something?
Roll when you use it.
I have not rolled yet. Or I'm not using it yet.
Okay. Your talismonger is quickly able to get you a few onks that work as wall mounts and various other Egyptian type paraphernalia that will allow you to set up a lodge. Where are you setting this up at?
Right now, nowhere.
Because I believe you need a little bit of time.
Yeah, I need 14 days, basically.
But just having the bits and pieces is enough before you go feng shuiing your house.
Yeah.
All right, so you have the components for a Force 5 magical lodge.
Well, I want to buy a spell formula for an illusion spell. Also through my talismonger.
Okay. Radiant 8.
8R. Special tips, right?
I would say yes. Well, Amon's most definitely got a few illusion spells laying around. Which one are you going for?
Improved invisibility.
He smiles knowingly and hands you a scroll, rolled papyrus, probably not real papyrus, and says, "Be careful."
Always him.
Something about, the Eye of Ra sees all or something like that.
Yeah, she will just nod.
Alright, unfortunately you won't be able to learn that in
A
time.
runs
Yeah, no,
time.
I need a lodge for it.
Yeah, it'll be a couple
Alright.
of days for that.
Yeah. Alright, so anybody doing anything run related on Tuesday or just acquisitions?
Not anything run related, but I do have a question about drones.
Okay.
So, I do not have a rigger interface, but could I still use them?
Oh yes, yes.
Remote control kind of deal.
You
Okay.
can remote control them individually, and you can also give them instructions one at a time rather than all at once as a rigger interface would allow, and they can run off of their dog brains.
Alright, I might actually be buying... Oh, these are totally legal. They have availability 8, the one I'm looking at. So can I just buy that without any roll?
What drone?
I was looking at... Alright, this is the one I'm stuck between. So, mini drones and micro drones, they just like different sizes kind of deal?
Yes.
I'll probably buy the Shiwase Kunmushi.
Kanamushi?
Yeah.
Kabushi! It is a little cockroach-sized crawler.
Yeah. Oh, do we also get that $3,000 prepayment? The one...
Yes.
Yes, the 3,000 was up front.
Does everyone get 3,000 each, or...?
Yes, 3,000 each. 12,000 was slid across on a single cred chip, and I'm
Okay.
assuming that whoever grabbed it distributed things as necessary.
I grabbed it and distributed things as necessary.
There we go.
Mechanically, as a heads up, the dog brain of a drone is like usually 3. So that'd be like 6 dice for doing things. If you're using the control device action, it'll use your skills. So if you don't have pilot groundcraft, you're gonna have a hard time driving this thing around. The auto softs are like 3,000 nuyen for
I actually do have a pilot groundcraft.
Excellent. If you want to buy autosofts for it, you can either run autosofts off the drone, or you can buy an RCC to run autosofts to all of the drones of the same type.
Okay, well I'm just gonna buy the drone now.
Yep.
I think the drone is like $1,000. Yeah,
Something
it's
like that.
$1,000.
I can front you new yens if you need. I'll just take it out of you at the end of the.
Oh, I have plenty. Well, because that 3,000 I have of money now.
All right. Who's acquiring this for you? Unfortunately, availability 8 means that not every Radio Shack carries it on the shelves.
I do not have any Well, I have a fixer. I don't know if he could get me
Yep,
it.
that's
though.
what fixers
Yes,
are
they
for.
can.
Oh, okay, yeah. My fixer rats.
Okay. Roll his connection times 2 plus the loyalty.
Is that plus the loyalty dice?
Yeah. Let me scroll to yours. Alright, you have connection 3, loyalty 3, so connection times 2 is 6, plus loyalty 3, so you're rolling 9 dice.
Alright. Oh my god, that was so good.
Very nice. You are now the proud owner of a Kamushi.
Alright, I'll spend 3,000 or $1,000 for that, and yeah.
1,000 new yen.
You're on your way to
All
becoming a rigger.
yours. Alright, this is all taking place on Tuesday. Is anybody going to keep an eye on house, work, anything of that nature, or are you just letting nature take its course?
I personally don't really want to drive through that area too much. If people want, I do have I have a Mirage or a Growler, I forget. I have a Growler if people want to take that in shifts to drive by, so they're not the same person isn't being seen driving the same vehicle through the same area.
Reg
yeah.
has a modded Growler too, so she will probably take a drive. At least once.
Growler is the dirt bike, right?
Yeah, it might look a little out of place in a AA zone, but it could
I
just...
have a sport bike. I'll drive by a few times.
That will look a whole lot more like it belongs.
I will be just kind of relaxing for a little bit, making phone calls, making these meetups for the various pieces of gear that I helped to acquire.
Fantastic. And on Wednesday, as per normal, he goes to work, and from what you guys know, his itinerary says that he is going to the gates tonight. Anything that you're planning on doing on Wednesday?
So we have a
Alright.
couple of options here. We can get into his house. We can either get more info, or we can attempt to wait him out for when he comes home and then drown the shit out of him. What do you guys want? Do you want to do info, or do you want to do murder?
We figure he goes straight to the gates after work, right?
I believe it was that he stops home for a moment.
He probably
Okay.
he's gonna stop home, put on something a little bit more comfortable. Still nice because you have to make a showing when you go out, but something a little bit more comfortable than his work uniform.
Shit, I just realized I don't have Pilot Walker. I can't even fly this thing.
And none of you have actually laid eyes on him.
No, I think
Much?
my plan is to go to the gate tonight, so that I can let you guys know when he's out of his house for sure. Because does his itinerary say how long he intends to be at the gate?
It doesn't say specifically, but he does have work tomorrow, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I can stay at the gate for a while, and when I see him come in, let you guys know, and then a half hour or so after he's there, I can leave, and it'll look non-related, and I can get in the totally not AKE cruiser and begin to be on site.
Watch this dude just be like a 700-pound troll that has like fucking blades in his hands and he's a ninja.
Well, we would have some information on that. Does his fridge information and other various things that we have from the idea around his house, it would have the product names and that kind of stuff. Is it troll modified products?
Nothing seems to be troll modified.
All
And
right.
the
Not
picture
even-
the picture you have of him is a human.
Okay.
Okay. Alright.
I'm thinking
I mean, he's
his.
I had forgotten we had a picture.
he's a pretty good looking dude. Fully Seattle native. A little bit of American Indian, a little bit of Canuck weird look, because they're close to the border. He doesn't have the full floppy head. But yeah, he looks like he's a Seattle native. Maybe has some ancestry from down south.
I, for one, would like to engage in some coordinated physical, matrix, and astral simultaneous invasion of his home while he's out.
Double whammy.
All right, so we can let you guys do that, and I will let you know when he's officially at the casino. Then.
Well, I want to also actually see him on his way back when he stops by his home, so we can confirm he actually uses this place, because we haven't seen any physical evidence that he actually lives here.
So earlier on, I had about 6 hits on our rumor knowledge that we never came back around to.
There's no rumors about him, not living where he says he lives.
Okay. Just remembering that we had that earlier that I didn't.
There's a rumor that he is far too smooth for the place that he works.
All right. So, as a quick question, does anybody here have cyber ears?
No.
That's a
Not it.
resounding silence.
Wonderful. So my probable assertion from the situation is that he is a social adept. Does anybody have any magically related knowledge that would let us know what he could and could not do, so that we're not completely metagaming?
I could look up BuzzFeed's top 10 signs you're a social adept on the internet.
Sure. What's the worst could happen?
I mean, Reg has a rank in magic theory.
Sure. Throw it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, here come my 4 dice.
This is kind of a long shot, but small unit tactics for any possible battlefield applications of social adept powers.
Rich, you're not really thinking of any way to tell without actually seeing him and the sensing to tell for sure that he's a social adept. Social adepts can be weaponized.
That is a
Oh,
critical
oh, that's a
glitch, so
glitch.
I'm not finding out. I'm not thinking
Oh
of
my
anything
God.
about that.
Are
Oh.
you going to drop that to a glitch?
Please.
I almost want to leave it just to find out what sort of horrifying conclusion I jump to from a critical glitch on it, but wow. I think, yeah, I'm gonna spend the 1 edge to downgrade that to a glitch.
Okay, well, they most definitely can. I mean, that's what social adepts do, is they go into a combat situation and they just, by the power of their voice, they tell you that you have to fight for them, and suddenly you're their best friend, because they mind control you.
You bastards. So a thing that I want to get, I know, and this is going to be great. And if Oz ever watches this, he'll be happy to know. I know the Guadalajaran handymen. The Guadalajaran handymen are an intentionally incompetent set of construction workers. I would like to purchase 2 sets of no sound ever headphones or earmuffs from them as a construction company.
So the super earmuffs that dampen all noise coming in.
The kind of thing you wear when you're operating a jackhammer to not deafen yourself.
Okay, so like they look at you a little bit odd, but like, here, give me, 100 new yen, you can have mine. I'll go get another set from the office.
She will be very happy to do that with these guys.
So 100 new yen. They're really confused, and the guy that handed you his, they're a little bit dirty,
That's
sweaty,
fine.
yada yada yada. But he just like whatever. And he goes to the office, tells them they're broke, that his old one's broke, and they give him a new set, and he goes back to work.
So then I'm going to take this 2 pair of headphones, and I'm going to go to Wretch, and Amazon's like, all right, I don't know how much help these are going to be, but if we go on all DNI communication, this should hopefully keep you from being able to hear him and have him use any of his mind control powers that you mentioned on you.
Yeah, it'll be a little weird not having any sound, but better than getting mind controlled by his voice.
What about me? Is there any danger from
You're not even going to be in his house.
well, the Matrix? What happens if he talks to me over the internet?
Block his
It
call.
can totally be used over the internet.
Yeah, just don't accept his phone call.
Okay.
I mean, that's how that works, right? I've blocked it. You have no idea how many men's numbers I've had to block. I carry this comlink right here to give out this number.
I kind of look
I
at you.
really feel for the tragedy of your life, Rose.
Yeah,
Oh,
I look
she-
at you incredulously and just kind of like, all right.
Don't worry, Cherry. We'll get you through this.
Okay, so we're going to jump forward a little bit. We are now at the end of work, and he is heading home. Are you guys going to be nearby?
Yes.
Nearby is a relative term. How long
In the
does it take?
community.
How long does it take to get from our area in Redmond to that area in Bellevue?
Let me look at the map.
Mhm.
Call it half an hour.
Okay. You guys should stay in Redmond so that we're not in the fancy areas and not drawing your attention that we need. I will go get I'll go to the.
Would,
the
by any chance, actually, would it be possible to drop me off there in advance, have me hide and stake out in some degree of the sparse cover in the area, or is there just nothing that I could feasibly hide at?
Oh, you most definitely can.
Well, how long are you intending to try and hide for? Because that, like, the longer you sit there and hide, the better chance
Yeah.
that a night errant patrol is going to drive by and spot you.
I am confident that something like the half hour-ish before we expect him to should be enough for me to select a spot that I think is a likely candidate that has a good visibility screen as far as the street and the house, and then get set up there in advance while Knight Errant isn't around, and then just wait it out.
Do we have an idea, based on the various security procedures and the general area, of how often night errant patrols any one street?
They come around every 45 minutes to an hour, with their general patrolling.
Okay.
And they don't hit every street. It's,
But with him having
General
a thingamajig,
yeah, they're going to be coming through about every 45 minutes. Make sure windows aren't broke type thing.
Yep.
Even though that would probably have set off an alarm, but
those
just
damn
double check.
technomancers.
Yeah, in cases.
Exactly.
But I was more thinking that since he has a ADT sticker on his house, that they are going to definitely drive down his street.
Oh, they will definitely be driving down his street. Also, the fact that it's 2 blocks away from the Stuffer Shack helps.
Yeah, you gotta get their soy calves.
And donuts.
So so just to run through the plan, I'm gonna go get my hair done, get some nice clothes, and go to the casino. let you guys know when I see him come in. I'll try and find a place nearby, or to at least the door, or to where he's going to be. I'll take a Johnny cab there, and I'll take a Johnny cab out of there, so that I'm not seen driving my car. At which point I will get changed into my car to head over there to provide a bit of outside surveillance alongside Amp, who can do some of the hacking stuff we need to do to take the house under control. You guys will sneak in. Do you want to lay in wait, or do you just want to gather info?
I want to do, at the very least, a sweep of the house so that we know what sort of security and layout we're working with, because I don't feel adequately informed about the interior to be comfortable operating there on a first run. Like, just going fresh into it.
Mhm.
I don't want to get blindsided by security measures, and I don't want any sudden excitement to show up.
Okay. So we're just doing this as a recon type situation now that we're better equipped and such for it.
Yeah.
I do have one question. When I take control of the house, to what degree do I have control of his house?
Depends
can
on
I
how
go-
many marks you have.
Can I go like Monster House on this dude?
Well, I mean, most doors and stuff aren't going to be able to hurt a person,
That's
so
what
you
I
can't be
figured.
like, "Ha, you're gonna stub your toe now, bitch."
If you had got control of a particularly aggressive Roomba,
His toaster just gets up on its wheels and rolls into his bathroom while he's taking a bath.
Now, if he had something like a gas stove, as if anyone has those anymore,
Yeah.
then there could be a problem. But you don't
Oh,
have
you
gas
could-
stoves in houses
You
with
could
CHNs.
probably make the ice maker on the refrigerator spill ice and water onto the floor.
Uh-huh.
to be fair,
I don't
that's
know
not a
that.
bad
Just watch
idea.
us tripping him on that becomes crucial to our plan.
Yeah, I kill him because he trips and hits his head.
He steps into the puddle of water and everything is over.
Oh god, just imagine it. He trips on the puddle of water, and the bracelet goes off because we haven't hacked it yet.
That'd be awful.
Alright guys, plans off for tonight. Let's try again tomorrow.
Just go shoot him in his hospital bed.
It's like, I'm here to visit my dear old friend. Then he's just choking him to death in the hospital.
I had to unplug his life support to recharge my comlink.
Oh my god. Okay, so we're gonna do the recon stuff.
Alright, so,
Are we opposed to doing actual kinetics if he shows up? Like, do you want me to just stay at the casino and just watch for him to come and go as the night goes on?
If he shows up unexpectedly at his home and we have to go loud then and there, it would be much better to rush him down than to have him wonder what the hell I was doing in his house and step up his
Right.
game.
If memory serves, it was just only preferred that this looked like an accident.
that is true.
So
Worst
wait, really?
case, we can make it look like a robbery gone wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, it's going to be super awkward to explain why there's a robbery here.
Well, no, that just means the next week we're going to spend the time robbing random houses.
There is a gang in this area.
There is Nova Rich.
Yeah, no, we're no gang. They're rich kids.
Do they have a
Yeah.
colors or something that they wear?
They do. They have lemon
Lemons.
and denim.
I'm sorry, did you say lemon and denim?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god, that sounds hideous. I love it.
All right, so you guys go ahead and get some of that gear because we have Tuesday that you can go buy some horrendously colored clothes.
Uh-huh.
So that you guys can at least be dressed in a what are these stupid idiots doing? Because this way, if something goes up when you are just like casing the place or that kind of thing, it's like, oh, it's just some of the like you guys will still get thrown out of there, and maybe that's where my car as a KE Cruiser disguise will come in to like, all right, get in the car, taking you home to your stupidly rich parents.
Exactly.
I don't need to dress up at all. I can just wear my regular clothes because I'm gonna be outside the casino.
Alright, so, just to make sure, Rose is at the casino.
Yep, I'm gonna go to the quadruplets. I'm gonna get my hair did. I'm gonna get some makeup. I'm gonna get a nice, like, not an armored, whatever is appropriate to wear to a casino, because I've only been to a casino once and it wasn't a very good time, and it wasn't a fancy casino like this.
Wretch, Amp, and Amazon are going to be in Bellevue.
Yeah, I mean, I can really technically be anywhere. It doesn't really matter, but yeah.
The closer you are, though, the less we have to worry about noise.
That is true, yeah.
Oh man, I look fabulous.
Holy shit!
Maximum overfab.
Oh, you look gorgeous.
So I got 3 hits on any normal disguise and 6 hits to look fabulous.
Okay, so you look fabulous, and you don't look quite like your normal self. So it'll be more difficult to notice you.
Yep.
If people knew who you were.
Well, given as this place probably has a million cameras over it because it's a casino. Do you guys ever see those, like, casino things that they talk about on the TV? Sometimes they have, like, specials.
You
Yeah.
don't
The
even
facial
have to.
recognition stuff?
I'm sorry?
You
Facial
don't even.
recognition?
Yeah, there's lots of cameras, facial recognition.
One of the times I saw one where, like, every time a dealer coughs, they actually have to extend their hand, like, full length from their arm, show back of palm, front of palm, to show that they're not doing anything shady. Because,
Yep.
you know,
You don't have to make a perception roll when you first get there to know that every square inch of the facility is blanketed with redundant camera systems.
Yep.
It is
Amazon is
impossible.
not going to put her face paint on.
Even the most oblivious person would notice the black globes everywhere.
and some of them may not have cameras in them. Some of them may have machine gun turrets.
Yeah, it's a high class, casino. They take security seriously.
Yep. And I'm going to come in and I'm just going to preferably find a machine or place where I can have a decent view of the front door.
Okay. You see our Mark come in about 5-ish.
Does that match up with his
is-
itinerary on the one he should have? Okay.
Yep. Gave him time to swing by home, change, quick rinse off or something, and head to the casino.
Okay. I will let everybody know that he's here,
Give me perception checks.
including me, or just.
The people, or whoever is inside the casino.
Yeah, so just him.
Okay, Justin.
I will edge that. 6.
Damn.
Okay.
Back down to 1.
As soon as he steps in, he pauses, frowns a moment, and looks around, scratches his neck, and seems to be alert.
I'm going to roll some dice here. I don't know how much they will actually matter for what's going on. Composure, etiquette,
Okay. You have enough rolls to determine what I need to know.
Okay. Yep.
And I've made my rolls where you can't see them. Ha ha ha.
Oh, that's fine. I can even throw a performance in there as well, but that's the same as my impersonation dice pool. So, actually, impersonation have 2 more,
Okay.
which doesn't matter.
He makes his way, grabs a drink. It's scotch because that's what every good businessman drinks. As I was saying, he is very Seattle. A little bit of maybe Aslan blood somewhere. Wears earrings, a gold chain.
What a douche.
I call dibs on the gold chain.
He has that most winningest smile that you can, possibly imagine. One of those people. And he makes his way to the tables and starts playing. Do you have any corporate knowledge? Rose?
Microphone muted. Microphone activated.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, because his mic cut out or something.
Ah, okay.
So what do you say, Amazon? You want, blah blah blah, any cameras in detail? Yeah, I'll get.
Disconnected. Connected. Channel
He's
Alright,
switched.
he's
back.
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 Welcome back.
Alright, Rob, do you have any corporate information knowledge skills?
Not directly corporate affiliated. I have current events, drugs, fashion, gangs, health and safety regulations, jail time, law, organized crime,
User
parazoology,
in your channel timed out.
popular clubs, rumor mill, security procedures, social hierarchy, and South American customs.
Give me organized crime at a -2.
User entered your channel.
Mafia specialization applied, maybe?
No.
That is incorrect, although it came out correctly anyway.
Well, you happen to notice that the person that he sat next to is somebody related to the Oro.
Who are the Oro?
As in the crime families that started as technology.
Oh!
Ooh.
Do I get anything out of my South American customs roll?
There was, general greetings. Nothing that really stands out as being South American only.
I speak Spanish, if you need that.
I doubt I'm going to be able to actually get in. I don't want to get into a position where I'm going to be in audio range of their conversation.
Oh, regardless, I plug in my LinguaSoft.
Sure.
Also, he keeps looking around.
Okay.
It's like he feels eyes watching him, but he can't place it, and it's bugging him.
I got 3 hits on the judge intentions.
He's there.
Is he nervous? Does this seem like usual behavior, or does this seem like out of the ordinary?
When he first stepped in, he was in a pretty relaxed, good mood. But it seems that he's now cautious, like he feels that he's being watched, and he can't pinpoint who is watching him.
Sure. I will let the team know that he seems a little spooked. I think he's got some of that magical bullshit, you know? Maybe he's got a little bit of a danger that somebody's out to get him. I am going to stay here, I'm not going to observe him directly. I don't want him to get one of these feelings in his mind of, I think somebody's watching me, turn around and see me staring intently at him.
You're going to be using mirrors on the walls, yada yada yada.
I'm not even going to necessarily be watching him that directly as like mirrors on the walls and that kind of thing. I will be watching to see if he leaves, like through the same way he came in. I don't want to put extra pressure upon him to try and go a different way out of here. I'll be trying my best to pay no attention to the fact that he's here.
Give me an etiquette roll.
Sure. On 150-66.
Okay, and etiquette is countered by etiquette?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of like it's described as social stealth, so maybe perception too.
It might also be, 'cause I know like with sneaking, you can roll a sneaking plus intuition to follow somebody that's trying to avoid you.
Found it at the end of the book tables. It's etiquette plus charisma versus perception plus charisma.
Ah, right on.
Oh yeah, right. Etiquette is social sneak, so of course you would try to see it with socials.
Okay. Well, he seems to calm down as the evening goes on. If you ever do look in his general direction, the conversation with his, uh, gambling friend, the person that he randomly sat down next to, seems to have put him in more of a relaxed mood. Give me a perception check again.
Audio, visual, or just perception?
Visual only. His glass is not getting empty.
Okay. Does this?
He'd taken a drink when he first picked it up, but since sitting down, he has not.
Does it seem like it is nervous, or does it seem like this is something he's just doing as a show?
Looks like right now it's more of a precaution,
That's fine.
I felt that funny feeling, and let's not get drunk and ruin things.
Yep, that's fine. I'll pass this information to the team as they are doing those things, and I'm sure we
Alright.
can cut away from Rose, maybe
Yep, cut away
losing
from
money.
Rose, and
Yeah.
let's go to the house.
Amazon's basically, Rose, I trust you to know your shit. You've clearly got the connections to indicate that you've been in this for a while. You know to trust your instincts. I'm not gonna baby you. Just let us know if you need anything.
Well, I might need more new yen depending upon how my luck holds out.
Okay,
We'll call that one a mission
everybody
expense.
at the house. Everybody at the house.
Yeah, I'm gonna get onto the local grid real quick.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay,
If
you
you're sneaking, you mean?
if anybody is sneaking into the house, they need to do so. Amp, are you running silent?
Yes. So remove the last 2 dice from there.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. After I saw that creepy icon, I don't want to be part of that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your sleaze.
Sleaze was logic.
Yeah, I already did that.
No, you're sneaky. On the matrix to remain.
Oh, okay. What sleaze plus logic? So I have what, 7?
Alright, and with that 6 hits on perception visual, there's no one watching me for my disembarking from the car or whatever.
Looks like there's nobody currently watching. It's about 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock, which means people are, eating or they're away from home and haven't got home yet. So, yeah, it's pretty quiet around here.
That's my sleaze plus logic roll right there.
Fantastic.
2 successes. Jeez. Damn.
Are you comfortable with your successes?
No, I'm gonna reroll I'm gonna reroll 10.
And did you guys suit up in Nova Rich colors?
That's what I like.
All right. Are you? Yeah, that is a good point. What are you wearing, Amazon? Are you wearing your brand new?
God, no.
Nothing
I'm
suspicious.
not gonna try to sneak in full body armor.
Just making sure.
No, that's going to be the ski mask and the armor vest under the clothing Let's go with her jacket over the gang colors because we don't want to display those until and unless something goes wrong.
Awesome. So, armor vest, ski mask, and an armor jacket over the gang clothing.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, you are sneaking up to the house. Are you going to the front door, the back door, to a window, to the side, to the what?
Priority 1 is to scout the house from as many angles outside as possible to get full vision coverage of the outside to see all of the entrances and exits.
Okay, there is a obviously front door. There is a back door that looks like it leads to a kitchen. And then there is one of those cellar open doors in the backyard as well.
Are there any windows, and are they tinted or blinds or?
There are windows, yes. I mean, it's a house. Most of them have curtains, mostly closed. The one in the kitchen was open. That's how you know it was a kitchen. The front windows are obviously closed because he doesn't want, people driving down the street to be able to see into his house while he's walking around in his, tidy whities.
Gotcha.
What knowledge skills do you have? Let me look. Okay. Roll botany, just cause.
I was not expecting to ever actually roll that. Let's find out what it is.
Well, hot diggity. There's some kudzu-style vines growing around one of the corners of his house that he really should get taken care of.
Oh gosh, someone could climb those up onto the top.
What are most houses?
What are what?
What are the houses made of? Like plasticrete?
Plasticrete, wood, metal.
All right. I was just
Yeah.
wondering if we could burn it down with him inside if worst came to worst.
No.
I feel like that's the sort of thing that they would have good emergency services on top of here.
Yeah, you could try that in the Barrens, but here
Yeah.
in Bellevue you have 1 minute at max.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's a
even half
really
a minute.
fast fire.
Oh,
All right. I was just wondering. Sorry.
what kind of plant did she mention?
Uh,
Because
They're like kudzu weeds. I'm not sure if you're familiar with South U.S. It's a weed that grows obnoxiously and will eventually tear up the siding of a house.
Yeah, it's like the
Oh.
most insane, aggressive vine in existence,
I think
basically.
they look pretty.
They do, but they ruin stuff.
Yeah, they do.
They are gorgeous, but yeah. And his neighbors will probably start to complain here soon because it is obnoxious. Okay. Are you going inside?
That will depend on the lock mechanism.
Well, which door are you looking at?
Let's not go in the front door.
Okay.
Let's head to the back. And yeah, I'm gonna be waiting on confirmation from AMP and Wretch that I'm not going to be running into any technological or astral security that I haven't noticed.
Alrighty.
Yeah, good idea.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Red
Yeah.
will. Mhm.
What
I
is it?
made a sneak check earlier, not like be super obvious, so
You are perfectly fine with 3 hits.
And we do have a car here, right? So
Yep, you guys have a car.
And are we like
Okay.
parked out front and blending in with that car, or are we driving it around the block, or?
That is up to you.
That's mostly going to be in Amp's hands.
Amp,
Yeah.
do you want the car to be driving or do you want to be parked?
Have it parked.
Okay, you guys are probably
Yeah.
parked about half a block away because parking right in front of the house would be super
Incredible.
obvious.
Yeah, that's
And
one of those
subject.
things that falls outside of the assumed competence.
All right, so
Now let's just park
Rich,
in his driveway.
Just park
Rich,
it in his house.
give me some looky rolls.
What?
You are going to be checking for the matrix, or
Kind of
not
what?
matrix, the
Astral.
astral issues. So give me some sensing rolls.
Yay. I'm edging that.
Okay.
For hits.
Okay. Things look pretty normal. I gotta find out what something's called. Give me a second. The kudzu is dual-natured. I'm trying to remember what it's called.
Oh, I know what that stuff is.
It's called
I don't
Fuck You
remember the name of
Plants.
it either, though. But yeah,
Throw-
it's the dual-natured vine that people use to create an astral barrier, right?
Yep.
Yeah, botany knowledge.
Guardian vines.
You actually have the botany knowledge?
He had botany, but not
Oh,
parabotany.
well,
Yes, they are guardian
I
vines.
do have magic rats.
Well, then roll me some magic threats.
I think that's supposed to be more stuff like insect spirits and blood magic.
Well, if this vine is able to murder you, I think that would count.
And two
Hit.
hits lets you know that they are generally used to defend an area, both astral and physical. If you get too close to them, they will try to squeeze you and choke you.
Okay.
What you have 4 hits on your sensing. You know these are not particularly strong ones. They just seem to be more of an annoyance than a super threat.
And I don't see like wards underneath them or like in the house. From what
Are
I
you
can
going
see.
to enter the house?
I'd recommend astrally projecting from inside the car.
That's what I'm doing.
Right. Are you going to float into the house, or are you observing only from outside?
Is there a place where the vines are not right now?
Oh yeah. The vines are only covering like a partial corner of the house.
There might be a room there that they're trying to keep secured.
Yeah, I'm gonna float around, and if I don't see like any wards or magical shit floating around, I don't see anything, right?
You currently do not see anything.
Okay, yeah, then I'm going to slowly enter the house.
Okay. You float in through a wall or window, and you see the house. And it is a fairly standard house.
Lots of
No
gray for me
wards.
because I'm in the astral.
Right. There's lots of blocks with no mana whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm gonna slowly and carefully explore the house. Do you want me to roll more sensing rolls or?
Roll me one more sensing roll.
Two hits?
Okay. There is nothing else alive in this entire building. It is pretty much empty. You think you have a pretty good feel for the general layout of things. It's hard to tell because, astral perception of real world stuff, but you think you have a good rough idea.
And like nothing magic.
Aside from the guardian vines outside, nope.
Also, no auras or something active, nothing
Not that you can see.
living.
Nothing alive. He lived alone. As far as you know, he doesn't have any pets, so that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, then I'm exit the house. Not where the vines are, but another place.
Actually, I do have a question for Rules Division. Give me just a moment. I need to talk on Skype.
Uh-oh.
Well, we're about at an hour mark. Do we want to take a little fiver while you do that?
Yeah, go ahead. Everybody take a
Alright.
5-minute break.
Stretch.